Alright folks, welcome to another Cloudwater review, and today this is a collaboration with Braybrooke, and this is the Zwickl, clocking in at 5% ABV, a fresher take on the traditional Kellerbier style. This collaboration with lager specialists Braybrooke uses classic Bavarian yeast, malt, hops and brewing processes, but was fermented on the hops for a delicate but bright hop character. That sounds good to me. Of course, Braybrooke producing some absolutely banging lagers. And Cloudwater, as we've said multiple times, know how to brew a lager as well. So very much looking forward to this. It was a style that maybe 1 or 2 years ago became really fashionable, which I'm glad. Because I think the lager, and I'll still stand by this, even though it's not really that much of a culturally relevant point to make, still demands the respect, because I can guarantee that a lot of people would not be brewing if it were not for high quality lagers. Let's just say high quality lagers. So yeah, always when I hear the word Zwickl, it reminds me of when I was living in Germany. A lot of these beers were becoming a bit more readily available. I mean, a lot of the traditional breweries would be brewing these anyway, but you sort of become more aware of that. And then like 5, 6, 7 years later, there's a big push for UK craft breweries to do these like unfiltered lagers like Landbeers, Zwickls, Kellerbiers. And yeah, I'm all for it. I love a good lager. If you look at the very early stages of this channel, it was pretty much just German lager, 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 German lager. And I tell you what, looks absolutely fantastic, as you would expect a Zwickl to look like. I'm not one of these people who would be able to give you like pinpoint differences between what a Landbeer is and a Zwickl and then a Kellerbier. I'm just not that sort of person. Obviously, I'd imagine there's probably going to be like slight differences in the brewing process, or like the theme or the history of that specific brew. I'm sure there's plenty of people who actually know about beer. I just like drinking it. But I do wear with pride my sort of championing of German lagers. And if not for me, then let's be honest, Augustiner Lagerbier Hell would not be the lovely beer the UK loves. That's terrible. But yeah, I mean, Augustiner, best brewery in the world. Anyway, and I'm just basically taking credit for the appreciation of Lagerbier Hell by Augustiner. But do you know what? For a few years, I was able to get that beer for like less than €1 a bottle. So I'm glad to see it's come down in price. Obviously, some bars will charge like 5, 6 quid for a bottle of it. There's a music venue in Wigan called the Boulevard, which stocks it, which is amazing, and it's not ridiculously expensive. Probably about the same as what you pay for like a bottle in Booths or your favourite craft beer bottle shop or whatever. So it's become a little bit more available, and I think James Clay has signed a deal with Augustiner. So wouldn't you just love a mini keg to become available of it? Anyway, we're not here to talk about Augustiner. We're here to talk about Cloudwater and Braybrooke, two fantastic breweries in their own right. Really nice golden amber look to it. Head dissipated rather steadily, so it's just a lining on the top of the beer itself. Hopefully I can get a trip or two to Germany this year, because it's been long overdue returning to Germany. maybe tick off, you know, the places I never got to visit, like Bamberg, Berlin, Hamburg. We shall see. But at the same time, I want to visit the people who have left. Do you know what I mean? So maybe we can try and figure something out. But I'm long overdue a return to Germany. And a lady in work had just been to Austria, and she brought these really beautiful chocolates. I can't remember what they're called, but they've got basically chocolate covered marzipan from Austria. And it's, do you know when you just have something and you instantly, it triggers a memory? And I've also, God bless Lidl, by the way, got a couple of packs of the Nuremberger sausages, which are fantastic sausages. And yeah, so I've got frozen pretzels in the freezer. You know what? I could have easily done that. Probably should have done that, but who knows? It doesn't really matter. Anyway, it's musky, it's earthy. There's a little bit of grassiness there. Oh man, it just smells like my what was home for a little while. Anyway, we won't go down that path because I'll end up getting depressed as fuck in a couple of hours. Prost, everyone. Oh, man. Yeah. They've nailed it. They really, really have. It's got that slightly full-bodied feel to it because obviously it's unfiltered. Obviously, its Zwickl's not going to be as... It's still going to be refreshing, but it's not going to be as refreshing as like a, you know, like a Pilsner or a Heller's beer. So it's a little bit more earthy, a little bit more rounded. There's a little bit more of a savoury muskiness to it. Nice and smooth, but still crisp on the back end. You know, macro lagers are just pure gas as much as I like them as well. But do you know what? Cloudwater and Braybrooke, thank you, have done a wonderful job with this beer. And it's a beer that could easily get overlooked. Really, really could. You know, Cloudwater banging out the juice and the, you know, my continuous improvement, persistence is utile, and then these really outrageous dry hopped sour beers and all sorts. And of course, Braybrooke, this is their, you know, bread and butter, and they do it very, very well. I've yet to have a badly brewed Braybrooke beer because it just, there's nothing wrong with just brewing a beer to traditional standards. Do you know what I mean? But then again, these guys have fermented on the hops for a delicate but bright hop character. You kind of get that, but at the same time, it doesn't distract or take away from what is a very well brewed Zwickl. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, it's just really, really well done. Oh yeah. Big stein of that, en masse, would be fantastic. Anyway, lovely stuff. You know, as close to perfection of the style outside of Germany that you're going to get for me. And yeah, I was, as I said in a couple of other Cloudwater reviews I've done recently, I was a little bit upset that there wasn't any Cloudwater Hellers available on the web shop. But you know what? Absolutely banging. And just look at the breweries involved. So it gets my seal of approval. Not that that means, should mean anything to anyone. But yeah. That authenticity. And of course, they're saying that they fermented it on the hops as well. You kind of get that. If you didn't know they'd done that, you probably wouldn't have really, you know, picked it up. Obviously, much better palates than mine will probably do it. Be able to tell you that. But yeah, it's just paying respect. Not being too wanky about it. Not making it aggressively hot so then it's like a piss poor pale. Just very well brewed, and I would happily have multiple cans of this. And now I want to do a big order of Augustina, so that may well happen after my little stag do that I'm going on. Oh, beautiful stuff. Really, really. There's like a savoury slight white pepper flavour in there as well. It's just a lager with a bit more character to it. A bit more heft. It's a bit more filling. Would pair beautifully with a lot of, you know, German countryside seasonal cuisine. And Germany is just a wonderful, wonderful place, which I hold very, very fond memories in my heart. And yeah, definitely need to go back to Germany. I really, really do. Anyway, so before I start getting emotional and a bit psychotic, thank you for watching. Links to both breweries down below. Braybrooke are one of those breweries who I really, really like, but I just never seem to pick any of their beers up. But when I do, they're doing a great job. And although when Braybrooke in when they having some issues recently, I don't know. My finger's well and truly off the pulse when it comes to what is happening within the world of beer, and I'm okay with that, because as long as I'm able to support good breweries and buy good beer to be satisfied with, then, you know. But if they are going through some issues, then obviously I want them to get those resolved. I don't know why I think that Braybrooke have been involved in I don't know. Anyway, shut up, Peter. Thank you for watching. You all take care, stay safe. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. And ja, auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.